ఎన్నో ఏళ్లుగా రైతులు అప్పుల్లోనే చిక్కుకుపోతున్నారన్నారు రాష్ట్ర వ్యవసాయ శాఖ మంత్రి పోచారం శ్రీనివాస్ రెడ్డి. హైదరాబాద్లోని ఇక్రిసాట్లో ఇన్నోవేషన్ హబ్ ఐ హబ్ను మంత్రులు KTR, పోచారం శ్రీనివాస్ రెడ్డి ప్రారంభించారు. రైతుల ఆదాయం పెంచేందుకు కొత్త ఆవిష్కరణలు అవసరమన్న మంత్రి పోచారం ఇందుకోసం రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం కృషి చేస్తుందని చెప్పారు. ఐ హబ్తో రైతులకు ఎంతో ప్రయోజనం చేకూరుతుందన్నారు మంత్రి KTR. వ్యవసాయంలో ఆధునిక పద్ధతులను ఉపయోగించాలని సూచించారు.
After passing the 70 years of independence, why farmer is not becoming non-loan farmer? We will provide for 16, 17, 18, Kharif and Rabi 49,000 crores of loan. I said that gradually this seminar should become farmers deposit seminar. One industry will take, if he take loans one time, invest for the industry or working capital. Next year is not going for loan. Or other next year is not going for loan. Why? Why these 70% community farmers are going every year for the loan? This is the question mark. By using new technology, giving more subsidies to the farmers, farmers should get more productivity with less expenditure, with less investment, more yield. And after getting yield, the important is rate. The investment is 30,000. The income getting 30,000 or something less also.
The point I'm trying to make is, I think the convergence of technology with these distressed sectors like agriculture, I think therein lies the key to empowering our farmers, therein lies the key to improve productivity, therein lies the key to ensure that science, which has so long stayed in the labs and institutions and wonderful academic institutions that we have across the world, as I've read, when I was walking in, science to discovery and discovery to delivery, as you called it. I think that's extremely important. Science cannot be for the sake of science. Agriculture or the research that goes on here cannot be for the sake of research. I think unless it changes things on the ground, we cannot really say that we've been able to make a social impact, we've been able to make an impact. I was also told, stands for impact. I think that's the big takeaway for me. Innovation, unless it leads to a social impact, innovation, unless it leads to a significant impact in the lives of a common man, does not really, help anyone. In spite of Government of India's, in spite of the state government's interventions at various levels, the fact of the matter is, agriculture remains a very unattractive field for the youngsters of today's India. Why is that? We have several interventions. In fact, just to give you an example of what we do in the state of Telangana. Today in the state of Telangana, the power that is consumed by the agriculture sector is provided free of cost. The water that is supplied is also free. There are interest-free loans, zero interest loans to the entire agri sector. Still, agriculture remains very unattractive. But most of the research that happens here typically ends up in scientific journals, typically ends up in journals published across the world. Unfortunately, most of this research is not commercialized. Unfortunately, most of this research is not tested in the field to actually see what kind of a difference it can make to the common man on the ground. Now that's another very, very strong focus area of RICH. We want to ensure that at least a certain percentage of the good work that you do is actually oriented towards commercialization. And I do hope that with iHub coming in, I do hope that definitely things will change, and I do hope that we will actually have field trials. I do hope